It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Thunderbirds and the Lumberjacks. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
And if you look back to last week, it was...
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Darnold. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Now Darnold. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. They give to Dillon out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Henry running right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They set up the screen for Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3.
Henry up the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dominique Robinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys.
And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it.
And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And one thing we do know, they will be a part of the playoffs come January. They have clinched the AFC West.
And that feels good for them, but they feel like their work is far from done because as it stands right now, they won't have the first round bye. But a lot of teams will tell you, that's okay with us. We just want to get to the playoffs and wreak havoc from that point on.
To throw is Darnold. Being chased out left. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And taken right at the 35. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire. All the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? the play caller, because his ego totally got out of the way, and he kept calling the plays that were working over and over, and they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get this down to the 10. That puts them in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Leonard Floyd drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and it's 3-0 here in the second quarter.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Back to throw, Darnold. Connects with Kittle underneath. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
Darnold connects with Kittle underneath. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
There it goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier in this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I'll be shy to run for rounds instead of airing it out.
And he's going to get it down to the 30-yard line here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, and look, you have a player who was shaken up. This is the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. Injecting the opening. It's now all the way down to 22. 11 yards, first down. Here's Darnold. Forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 15 yards on the.
Impressive moments. Now he's half to the century mark. Still in the first half. There's been no answer for so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have during that.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Sam Darnold, 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown.
And he'll be tackled on 25. The Thunderbirds offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're going to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 34 yards there and a first first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. Now Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6. Second down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Bust through the tackle. Down inside the 30. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And he'll stop at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Sanders get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Lumberjacks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. Incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And now we're going to get a timeout here.
So as he knock it over, beside.
That's complete, Clayton. And some room to work. And he'll go out near midfield at 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a great in the side right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to throw. For the end zone, did not found. Complete.
Play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Again, Darnold eluding the pressure right. And he will take this one for a touchdown. With his touchdown here. And the Lumberjacks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we expect. But I just know the way they play analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah. A good feeling right now by getting this late score.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle is going to be there at the 25-yard. The offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now it's Rodgers. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the gun, it's Rodgers. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's got this down to 35. And we're going to time with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on whether we play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he can't find a receiver. Brought down. Leonard Floyd picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And he stopped 25 at the game.
Such goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free down for the completion.
And he will not make it back to the line as he's going to be taken down. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man taken up. And this is certainly not what we see in the week of the year. We'll be back. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's to return it. Now we their first possession half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Dillon up the middle.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
Old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Here's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has, and that offense has got to find its rhythm, because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Now it's Darnold. That ball caught by Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Now Darnold. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Dillon on the inside give. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Dillon now off the option. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now Rodgers. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On play action, Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dominique Robinson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
That's returnable now for Smith.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Darnold now to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And on now is the punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
169 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
To throw is Rodgers. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be up to 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Portland's offense now about set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Darnold. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Eric Armstead. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen. but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Chuck Clark, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing is Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this complete to Mitchell. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
3rd down and 1.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A toss right to Henry. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
On 3rd down, Henry. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Yeah. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Oh, Darnold loses it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Here's Darnold.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. In motion, Slayton.
Here's Darnold. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Jalen Phillips, the former 1st-rounder, getting in there for the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of every one of them?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Again, it's Henry. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 1. 46 seconds to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Here's Darnold. And that one too wide and incomplete.
They still need 1 completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
The game we were treated to in this one, and on that final play they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot but couldn't get it done, and they suffer the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the home team here,
the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6.
and now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Portland,
It will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
and I think you have to say ultimately this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.